Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. I just want to show you what I've been up to here. I was a little bit upset the last couple days, but I got the situation handled. Let me just turn this camera around here real quick. The last couple days they've been saying we were going to get scattered showers, and then tomorrow and the next day, and I think the next day after that, we're supposed to get thunderstorms. So I had to kind of make a decision whether I was going to get the corn planter ready and switched over to corn, or if I was going to get the bean ground ready where the beans are going to be planted. So I decided to go ahead and get the beans ready, and as soon as the rain passes in the next 3 or 4 days, then I'll go right out there and plant the corn. And then this way I'll be able to go right into planting soybeans. I won't have to go back and work the soil up. I was using the field cultivator. It's called a Perfecta 2. I bought this a few years ago, used. It needs a paint job, but it works really well. I really like it. The tractor though, I was having some issues with. I was very pissed off the last day or two, to say the least. I was just about ready to call up the dealer and give him a piece of my mind, but I held my cool and just tried to deal with it. And finally, when I was fueling up the tractor, I've been in such a rush, I didn't want to take time to really play around with it too much, because what I thought was wrong, I guess what I should do is start from the beginning. When I bought this tractor, I had a issue always kind of hard shifting. It seemed like it was always spinning, and couldn't get the clutch to disengage so I could shift. Always had a problem with the gears kind of grinding, and it got so bad where I just couldn't do it. So I finally ended up taking it to a dealer. A couple times they adjusted the clutch and they rerouted the clutch cable. Then after the warranty was up, all of a sudden they found out that the clutch plate was, from my understanding, rusted to the clutch shaft, so it wouldn't release. Which was probably true, because I think they had the tractor for a while. They didn't sell it, and it probably rusted up from sitting in the dealer lot. But it kind of made me mad that they couldn't get it fixed until after the warranty was up. I complained enough where the New Holland did cover some of it. I think they covered about $1,500, so that was a good thing. I can't remember how many hours was on it when they replaced the clutch, probably about 500 or something like that. And I think I got about 880 some hours on it right now. And last couple days I've been having the same problem that I had before when they had to split the tractor apart and put a new clutch in it, because the plate was stuck to the shaft. I was pretty mad. I didn't want to. Every time this happened, last time it happened during planting season also, and I had to rent a tractor so I could finish, and they didn't cover any of the rent, so I didn't want to go through all that again. So anyways, this time when I was down fueling up, I've been dealing with it because I haven't had to really do much backing up. It's just been going up and down the field and lifting on the ends and turning. I've been getting by, but I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to plant corn with this thing. So I finally climbed under there just to see if I could see anything while I was fueling up. And on the clutch cable where it hooks to the clutch shaft, I seen the pin was hanging halfway out. The little cotter pin fell out. Luckily I didn't lose the pin. I don't know if it could not come totally out because it was bumping up against the fuel tank. I'll show you that in just a little bit. And put a cotter pin in there, and that was all it was. It cured my problem. Oh boy, am I happy. Good thing I held off at getting on the dealer's butt. I was just about ready to jump them, and I wasn't very happy. And sometimes it pays to hold off and just do a little investigating before you jump all over somebody. I learned a good lesson today. I guess that's a good lesson for everybody. Maybe think about it for a day or two and do some research. I even went on the internet, did some research, and trying to see how to free up a stuck clutch, and one guy says hook it to a big, like a mower, and engage it and disengage it, and he says that works every time on his tractor. I was just about ready to go do that. I even put the loader up against a tree and kind of bumped it a few times, and hopefully it would come loose. I thought it was rusted to the shaft like it was last time, and that didn't do no good. And I was just getting a little bit madder and madder as time went on, because it's not no fun. Got some new neighbors over here. They probably think I'm nuts. They think I can't shift a tractor or hear me grinding over here. But I'm not really nuts, so I knew there was a problem. I just didn't know what it was, and I didn't really want to take the time to have the tractor split apart, and I didn't want to spend the money. I can't remember what it was. It was probably around $4,500 somewhere in that area for a clutch. I can't remember, 35, 4,500, something like that. And it might even be more than that now. That was 2 or 3 years ago. So anyways, I'm very happy that took care of it. It's just like a new tractor again. I can shift without grinding. And make just it, you wouldn't believe how much one little cotter pin can cause a big problem. I'm gonna unhook this field cultivator, and then I'm gonna climb under the tractor and just give you a show what happened and what I'm talking about. But before I do, I'm gonna just kind of pan over the field here and show you that I did get the field all cultivated and leveled off. It was from just chisel plowed before, and it's pretty smooth now. It's got some lumps. We do have some lumps here. We got clay in our soil. But it ain't too bad. Good enough for a corn planter will plant in there. I use the corn planter to plant soybeans. It'll work fine. But got this all leveled off, 40 acres. And I do have to run potash on here yet for the soybeans. I don't put as much on here. I put 100 pounds to an acre for the soybeans, and I put 200 pounds an acre for the corn. So I'll do that when I get a chance. That don't take very long. But at least I got this worked up, and then in the next couple days when it's raining, I'm going to be switching the units from the soybeans to corn on the corn planter, and or from the soybeans to the corn the units on there, so I can plant corn and get everything all adjusted. And as soon as it dries out, I'll be out here planting steady. Go right from the corn right to the soybeans. So I'm gonna unhook this field cultivator quick, and then I'll climb under the tractor here. I'm gonna put you on pause here for just a minute. Okay, I'm under the tractor here. That right there where my finger is the pin that came out part way. This cotter pin fell out, so that allowed the pin to come out, and so it was only through this part. The pin that goes through there was only through one part instead of 2 parts, which would not allow it to pull up as far as it should. So I couldn't shift. I do want to get a bigger cotter key here. That's the only one I had. It should be a little bit bigger, but it is holding the pin in there all the way through both sides right now. So it's working perfect. It's amazing how a little part like that can cause such a problem. Let me get out from underneath this tractor here just a minute. So if you got yourself a New Holland, or in a matter of fact any kind of tractor with a manual clutch in there, and you got a cable going down there to the clutch, and you're having problems shifting, check that pin and see if it's falling out. That's a good place to start. It might save you a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of headaches. So anyways, I just wanted to share my little story with you and show you how I could have got really upset with some people and kind of made a fool of myself. I could have, but I didn't. So guess I learned a lesson and stayed cool, and everything worked out for the best. I was going to mention too, another reason I decided to go work this up instead of getting the corn planter ready and planting right away is they just sprayed on Tuesday for the burn down on the soybean ground where the corn is going to be planted. And today's Wednesday, so I wanted to wait a few days and let that burn the weeds up or dry them up before I go in there planting. So everything's working out. The only thing is a few days away later than normal. Usually, like I said, I want the corn normally planted by the 15th. It's going to be a little bit later this year. I have seen corn planted into the first week of June and still make it. So probably later than that, but that's the latest I've actually seen around here. And it seemed like it was okay. So anyways, just wanted to share this little story with you. Thanks for watching this video, and I appreciate all of you watching. If you like this kind of stuff, leave a thumbs up, and have a great day, everyone. Catch y'all later. Bye now.